From the Great Northwoods to the Rockbound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Hello, everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, the Trump administration reverses a freeze on the University of Maine funding.
Plus, an apparent murder investigation is underway in Palmyra.
And a special report on sleep apnea and how it can impact a person's health.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for joining us on this Thursday morning. We'll have those stories and a lot more coming up over the next hour. But first, to check that forecast. Looks like another warm day ahead. Not a bad day at all. Yeah. Partly cloudy skies, so we'll see some sunshine too.
Hey, I have a secret.
What's that?
I took my snow tires off.
Oh, did you really?
Yes.
It's another sign that spring is here.
I never take my snow tires off in March, but I did it.
Yeah.
Knock on wood.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are calling me crazy right now. I know.
It's a good sign. No more snow. We'll probably get a little more snow, but
probably will.
Yeah.
Yeah. But hey, either way, Chase Ropanak has that forecast.
All right, thank you very much. Our first weather today is brought to you by Irish Collision Center. Irish Collision Center offers expert repairs with a 3D frame, measuring system, aluminum repair equipment. Our recent expansion boosts capacity, faster service. We're dedicated to quality every time. Visit us today. All right, starting off with some cool temperatures out there this morning. Not too bad, though, in the Bangor region. We see lots of warmer temperatures right around those low to mid-20s, even 27 in Rockland, 30 in Portland for tonight, but much colder up north. Millinocket at 17 and Presque Isle at 0 to start off your morning, but it's going to get better throughout the day. Going to have a little bit of sunshine, partly cloudy skies out there. Models are showing us in the mid-30s for today, but we should be reaching right near 40. Same for some coastal regions as well, especially going down into the southwestern portion of the state, but a little bit cooler up north with temperatures right around the low to mid-30s out there for today. Could see Caribou sticking out in the upper 20s. For wind speeds out there from the north, light and variable right now. Most of us right around 5 to 10 miles per hour, and going throughout this afternoon. We could see a little bit of a breeze at times, but not going to bother us too much. We can see 15-mile-per-hour gusts here right around 3 to 4 o'clock. So as you know, with those south winds, we have seen a lot worse. So it is going to be a beautiful day, and winds are going to stay light and variable going into tonight as well. All right, so out there for today, as we see, just a few passing clouds, but otherwise mostly clear to start off your morning. We'll have a few clouds passing throughout today as well. So here's your hour-by-hour forecast. As we can see, going into the afternoon, clouds are going to increase a little bit, becoming partly to mostly cloudy, and we'll see those highs right near 40 degrees.
All right, thank you, Chase. Well, first this morning, great news for the University of Maine. Senator Susan Collins announced last night that USDA funding will be restored. It had been a source of worry and speculation ever since the Department of Agriculture announced the funding was paused while the University of Maine system was being investigated for compliance with Title IX. Now, Senator Collins said in a statement last night that the funding had been reinstated after consulting with the administration. The USDA funding at the University of Maine supports a variety of projects, including research into PFAS contamination, potatoes, blueberries, apples, building materials, 4-H, and UMaine's Tick Lab as well. She said, quote, "This USDA funding is critically important, not only to the University of Maine, but to our farmers and loggers, as well as to the many people who work in Maine's agriculture, aquaculture, and forestry industries." Now that funding has been restored, the work that the university does in partnership with the many people and communities who depend on these programs can continue. The University of Maine also released a statement saying they are thrilled to learn from Senator Collins that the USDA has agreed to lift its plan to temporarily pause federal funding, calling the threatened pause an unnecessary distraction from our essential education, research, and extension activities that benefit Maine and well beyond.
Over the past few weeks, institutions and programs in Maine that rely on federal funds have been put in jeopardy. Our Doug Banks spoke with members of Maine's delegation to learn more.
Earlier this week, millions of federal dollars that would have gone to the University of Maine system was put on pause by the United States Department of Agriculture, while an investigation into the university's compliance with Titles 6 and 9 remain ongoing. Congressman Jared Golden said in part of a statement, pausing funds will affect farmers, fishermen, foresters, and researchers. According to Congresswoman Shelley Pingree, knowing what cuts will come next has become unpredictable.
We can't even go to the executive branch departments and get information about what they're cutting.
Maine's delegation are taking steps to either block or reverse the decisions handed down by the federal government. An example being the Department of Commerce's agreement to renegotiate funding for the Maine Sea Grant at the request of Senator Susan Collins, who said in part, "It is important that Maine Sea Grant can continue to provide valuable services for communities." According to Pingree, other steps are being taken too, including filing lawsuits against the federal administrations and raising public awareness about what's being cut.
Often people will say, yeah, government's too big. It wouldn't hurt for them to cut some funding or cut some of the staff there. But then when you explain to them, okay, so yesterday they cut the funding that goes to making sure your kid's lunch has fresh fruits and vegetables, people say, oh, no, not that.
Doug Banks reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, in other news this morning, a mystery in Palmyra. That's where a heavy police presence was spotted yesterday on the Madawaska Road. Details are still scarce at the moment, but we're told state police are in charge of an investigation and the Major Crimes Unit was on scene. A source from within law enforcement says the case is a homicide, but we have not yet received any confirmation from officials. According to the Morning Sentinel this morning, first responders were called to what was reported as a medical emergency around 1:30 Wednesday morning. We'll have more information as soon as it's available.
A Greenbush man convicted of assaulting a 2-month-old child will spend 4 years behind bars. A jury convicted 29-year-old Ryan McCurdy of 2 counts of aggravated assault against his 2-month-old child following an incident in December of 2021. The child was left hospitalized for a week but did recover. McCurdy was sentenced to 7 years in prison with all but 4 years suspended and 3 years of probation.
The Brewer Police Department made an arrest on Sunday after a man allegedly brandished a firearm during a road rage incident. 27-year-old Dakota Miles of Hamden was arrested after that incident unfolded, which police say started on I-95 in Bangor and ended on South Main Street in Brewer. Miles was already on bail for a domestic violence offense, as well as being under a protection order from a previous partner. The protection order prohibits Miles from possessing firearms. A search warrant was issued for his apartment in Hamden and was executed by the Maine State Police tactical team. Multiple firearms were seized and Miles was arrested, being charged with criminal threatening, violation of conditional release, and possession of a firearm by a prohibited person.
The Maine State Police and Maine Attorney General's Office have closed a nearly 2-year-old investigation into the deaths of 2 Farmington women. State Police and the Attorney General's Office say they concluded that 56-year-old William Neville Cumming Jr. murdered his mother, 76-year-old Jean Robinson of Farmington, and his sister, 53-year-old Allison Joy Cumming, also of Farmington. On Wednesday, December 27th of 2023, just before 11 a.m., the Franklin County Dispatch Center received a report of the discovery of 2 deceased individuals at the Positive Dog Kennel, located at 274 Red Schoolhouse Road in Farmington. The victims were later identified as Jean Robinson and Joy Cumming. Both of their deaths were ruled as homicides. On Sunday, December 31st, William Cumming Sr. called 911 to report his son, William Cumming Jr., was deceased at his residence in Bar Harbor. His death was ruled a suicide. At the time of his death, the investigation into the murders of Jean Robinson and Joy Cumming was ongoing, but suggested that William Cumming Jr. was responsible for both homicides. After a complete investigation, it has been determined there would have been probable cause to arrest and charge William Cumming Jr. with the intentional or knowing murders of his mother and sister, had he not already committed suicide.
Funding for Maine Care is in limbo after Maine lawmakers failed to pass a supplemental budget. According to the Department of Health and Human Services, 345,000 Mainers relied on Maine Care as of October 2024. That number includes low-income adults, children, pregnant women, and people with disabilities. DHHS says because of the legislature's failure to enact the supplemental budget, Maine Care does not have enough funding to pay providers in full through June 2025. They say as of yesterday, Maine Care will begin temporarily holding payments to some providers. Governor Janet Mills reacted to the legislature's failure to pass the supplemental budget, saying, quote, Senate Republicans turned away from bipartisan agreement, unlike their House counterparts, and are causing harm to Maine health care providers and patients. The Department of Health and Human Services is now in the extraordinary position of capping payments owed to some health care providers, something that should have been stopped, if not for obstruction by Senate Republicans. Senate Republicans also reacted. They sent out a statement which says, to ensure Maine Care's sustainability for those who need it most, Senate Republicans introduced several amendments that would allow MaineCare to function as the safety net it is meant to be. Senate Republicans proposed putting a freeze on enrollment for able-bodied adults until enrollment fell by 10% and adding community engagement requirements for childless, able-bodied adults who receive generous MaineCare benefits.
A new effort in Augusta seeks to amend Maine's constitution to include a right to hunt and fish. Our Augusta reporter Corey Bichard has the details.
There are 24 states that have already done this, and of all the states that should be protecting the public's right to hunt and fish, I believe surely should be Maine.
Representative Liz Caruso is talking about her bill LDH 20, a bipartisan bill which proposes an amendment to the state constitution enshrining the right to hunt and fish in Maine.
Hunting and fishing have not only been our way of life, they have given us life. The legislature is not debating, and the voters will not vote on whether or not to create Mainers' right to hunt and fish. They will be debating and voting on whether to acknowledge that right in the Maine Constitution.
Those opposed to the bill say they're worried that this would make hunting the de facto way to control animal populations over other more humane options.
LD 820 would permanently enshrine the use of inhumane, unsporting, and unpopular killing methods in our state's constitution and hinder future efforts to modernize and improve how wildlife is managed. LD 820 also mandates that public hunting, fishing, trapping, and harvesting of wildlife shall be a preferred means of managing and controlling wildlife. This could complicate situations in which hunting or trapping may not be feasible.
Supporters say if passed, this amendment would follow the state's current laws, as well as any new ones passed after its enactment.
Essentially, what this amendment is going to do is codify our current forms of hunting, fishing, trapping, into our Constitution, right? So there's this line that says traditional methods are protected. And essentially what we're looking to do is codify the hunting and fishing statute.
The bill will now face a committee work session before being voted on by the full legislature. If it passes the 2/3 majority vote, it would be sent to the ballot to be voted in an upcoming election. At the State House, I'm Corey Bichard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
All right, the time now is 6:12. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, sleep apnea can not only cause you to lose sleep, but can also be detrimental to a person's health. We'll have a special report as part of Sleep Apnea Awareness Week.
But first, another check of that weather forecast. Not a bad day ahead at all. Partly cloudy skies ahead with highs near 40 degrees. It will also be partly cloudy tonight, the lows dropping down to around 20. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy for your Friday with highs near 52. We'll be right back.
Bring your new kitchen to life with help from the Kitchen, Bath, and Flooring Division by Hammond Lumber Company. Bring in your ideas or get inspired by Hammond's extensive showroom displays. Your Hammond sales rep will help you create a materials list and cost estimate, and Hammond's designers will help you visualize your space before the work begins. And Hammond delivers from 22 locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Your new kitchen begins when you bring your vision to Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
We hope you're hungry because this morning we're cooking up your favorite fast food splurges. But get this, our GMA chef is cooking them up healthier for you. So easy to make and so delicious to eat. You're going to want to take a bite out of this morning on GMA.
Always dry scoop before you run.
Listen to me. Hot dog diet got me shredded.
It's time we listen to science. One A Day is formulated with key nutrients to support whole body health. One A Day, science that matters.
Give me something big you might take with you to the new beach.
Binoculars.
Family Feud.
Hey, girl.
Weekdays at 9 on ABC 7.
Join America's favorite game.
You never know what's going to happen.
For the I can't believe it.
Oh, my goodness.
And always for the unexpected.
Treat yourself a round of sausage.
That's not it, but thank you. Who knows what we will do next?
Weekdays at 7 on ABC 7.
Between now and March 15th, it's National Sleep Awareness Week. Our Doug Banks sat down with a local doctor at St. Joseph's Hospital to learn more about sleep apnea and the impacts it has on one's health.
We're at St. Joseph's Hospital right now, and I'm speaking with Dr. Jean-Jacques. It is National Sleep Awareness Week. Thank you for taking the time.
Thank you for having us. Appreciate it.
And the focus of this conversation is sleep apnea and how it affects the heart. So For people that don't know, what is sleep apnea?
So sleep apnea is a most common sleep-related breathing problems that millions of individuals has. This is this entity to which at night when you're trying to sleep, the upper airway can end up collapsing, and as a result, the breathing pattern is very chaotic, stopping and rebreathing, stopping and rebreathing. One of the most common signs that you may have sleep apnea is this loud snoring, and not only disturbing to you, but also to your partner. One of the other problems that come with sleep apnea is a lot of patients don't know that they have sleep apnea, and as a result, there are a variety of consequences that come about with untreated sleep apnea, both heart-related consequences and non-heart-related consequences. For example, concentration. A lot of patients, when they have sleep apnea that is not controlled, they have this difficulty maintaining their concentration, their mood. They feel tired all the time. Some patients, they have difficulty maintaining just normal activities. Whereas when it comes to their heart, some patients have difficulty maintaining their blood pressure, something called a secondary hypertension, meaning blood pressure that is difficult to control as a result of untreated sleep apnea. Patient may have an entity called atrial fibrillation that end up increasing the likelihood for a stroke. Some patient may have what's called congestive heart failure. This is where the heart has difficulty maintaining its function as a result, again, of this untreated sleep apnea. All of which can actually be detected if you are aware of the potential causes or the potential reason of your sleep apnea.
Understood. And you spoke to it a little bit, but what does happen if it goes untreated?
A lot of patients end up with a lot of negative consequences, like we mentioned, stroke being one of them as a result of atrial fibrillation or difficulty with their blood pressure maintenance. Some patients may have 3, 4, 5 different types of blood pressure medications to which all of those could have been eliminated had they controlled their sleep apnea.
Understood. And it's National Sleep Awareness Week, began on the 9th, going to the 15th. Why is it important to raise awareness for this?
So this is something that can easily be diagnosed and treated. For example, ask your primary whether you would need something to that nature. They can have a sleep study, or some sleep study can be performed at home that could detect whether or not the oxygen of the body is decreased. But most importantly, it can be treated, whether it is a CPAP or a dental device, or some patient a stimulator, to make sure that the upper airway remains open while you're asleep. A variety of positive can come about by treating your sleep apnea.
Got to take it serious too.
Truly.
Yeah.
All right, the time now is 6:18. After the break, the Trump administration is working to slash environmental regulations to benefit industry. But critics warn that could have a terrible impact on the environment and people's health. We'll have the latest.
Plus, Canada steps up the trade war with the U.S. by increasing new tariffs. We'll hear what Americans think as Good Morning Maine continues.
Here we are, patient billing.
Whoa, who's that?
Oh, well, that's Mark. He marks up medicines.
340B medicine markups?
Bingo. As a nonprofit, we might pay a penny for a medicine. Mark marks it up to thousands of dollars, and we pocket the difference.
I hear we're buying up small hospitals, too.
More medicines to mark up.
Come stop by Triple S Tack Shop, 315 Hamden Road, Carmel, for quality clothing and equestrian gear.
These dishes just aren't getting clean.
Problem isn't your machine. It's likely your detergent. I recommend switching to Cascade Platinum Plus. These new pods have the grease-fighting power of Dawn, easily removing up to 100% of tough stuck-on foods. Cascade Platinum Plus.
Goose River Farm and Meat Store is conveniently located on Route 3 across from Hammond Lumber in Belfast. They have a wide selection of meat and poultry, including beef, pork, lamb, chicken, duck, rabbit, and turkey. Open Tuesday through Saturday.
Welcome back, everyone. The Trump administration is slamming its foot on the gas with the Environmental Protection Agency trying to push forward with more than 24 deregulations. Officials say will help the economy and energy sector to boom.
Critics are warning of dire health consequences and severe impacts to nature, citing how many policies, if void, could disrupt clean air and water initiatives. Fox News' Ted Linder reports.
Health concerns are swirling. This after the Environmental Protection Agency announced more than 24 moves Wednesday to deregulate policies advocates warn are aimed at protecting clean air and water.
It's the most significant, biggest deregulatory action in the history of the country. Trillions of dollars.
According to EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin, the agency is reviewing regulations the Trump administration says place financial burdens on energy companies.
Endangerment Fund and Clean Power Plant 2.0, the mercury and toxic standards, particulate matter 2.5, social cost of carbon.
Zeldin says the deregulatory moves will boost energy production, bolstering the economy and lowering energy costs for Americans.
We can protect the environment. We can make sure all Americans have access to clean air, land, and water while also not bankrupting our country.
The EPA will reconsider Biden administration limits on greenhouse emissions from gas and coal-fired power plants. The agency will also review rules that limit toxic metal output from coal plants, regulations on hazardous materials in power plant wastewater, emission standards for cars and trucks, and more. If the rollbacks go through, some critics fear the decisions will worsen the impacts of human-caused climate change. Meanwhile, some scientists also cite concerns over increasing air pollution and its effects beyond breathing issues.
Air pollution affects more than just your lungs. There's now some studies that link air pollution to Alzheimer's disease. And the second is that some air pollutants are classified as carcinogens, so basically cancer-causing.
Ted Linder, Fox News.
All right, the time now is 6:22.
Let's get a full look at our weather forecast.
All right, thank you very much. Our main weather today is also brought to you by the Irish Collision Center. Irish Collision Center offers expert repairs with a 3D frame, measuring system, aluminum repair equipment, and our recent expansion boosts capacity, faster service, and we're dedicated to quality every time. Visit us today. All right, so we're starting off with some cool temperatures out there this morning, all of us below freezing, but we can see a little bit better by the coast right now. 27 in the Rockland, could drop a few more degrees to start off your morning, but check out up north. Negatives in Clayton Lake and right at 0 for Presque Isle this morning as we meet in the middle, Millinocket and Greenville in those mid to upper teens to start off your morning. Wind speeds out there pretty light and variable. We do see 7 miles per hour here in Bangor, but lots of zeros on the board up north as well. And by Rockland, a little bit of breeze, right around 12 miles per hour from the northeast. But we're going to see those winds switch to the south for today, as we're going to have a little bit of a warming trend these next few days. So as we get into our highs for today, partly cloudy skies, a little bit of sunshine out there, especially early on. We should see our highs reaching near 40 degrees for today. Could see temperatures similar near the coastline, especially going down into the southwestern portion of the state. These models do show us right around the mid-30s, but with a little bit of sunshine, we're going to boost that high near 40, but it will be a little bit cooler up north today, with temperatures sticking right around 30 degrees in Caribou and Clayton Lake. Here is your temperature trend. As you can see, those spring-like temperatures are making their way in, especially for this weekend. 53 on Saturday, 57 on Sunday, and we'll see those 50s again going into Monday. This 3-day stretch is when we're going to start to see some precipitation as well, as a very strong system is going to be moving through. But for us, looks like we're just going to get a lot of heavy rain out of that, especially Sunday night into Monday afternoon. We're going to cool off with temperatures still above average, but it will be cooler right around those low to mid 40s going into Tuesday and Wednesday. All right, so here is the look at the forecast for the next few days, and the weather looks perfect. We're not going to see much precipitation. Winds are going to stay light. As we can see, going into tonight, right around 11 o'clock, a few clouds may be out there, but we're going to see some clearing. 3:30 a.m. as well, a few passing clouds from the south, but otherwise, looks like conditions are going to stay great out there for us as we go into your Friday afternoon. Mostly sunny skies as well, so nothing really bothering us going into Saturday, but that's when it's going to become mostly cloudy. We do have a chance for some precipitation, especially Sunday or Saturday night. We have that slight chance, but more Sunday night into Monday is when that heavy rain is going to come in, and it's going to last. It's going to linger into right around Monday afternoon. decreasing as we get into Monday night. All right, so as we see out there for today, highs right around 40 degrees with a partly cloudy sky, winds staying light, right around 5 to 10 miles per hour from the south. For tonight, lows right around 20 degrees with a partly cloudy sky, winds are going to be calm out there. As we go into tomorrow, mostly sunny with that high back in the low 50s, south winds still right around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here is our extended forecast. We can see going into this weekend, warm temperatures in the low to even upper 50s with chances for rain coming right around St. Patrick's Day and that high right around the low 50s as well.
Every step matters. Every fit makes a difference. WVII, Maine's trusted shoe store. Premium brands, casual classics, modern style. Professional fittings, always. Shop in store or online.
Did he lose his shirt?
I've never seen anybody lose their shirt.
I guess deny and delay didn't work today. Now look at him.
Who's the law firm?
The law offices of Joe Bornstein.
If you've been injured in an accident, call Joe. The law offices of Joe Bornstein. Maine lawyers working for Maine people.
Tell the insurance company you mean business.
Your favorite restaurants were half off. It's half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7. Go to foxbangor.com, click on half off dining, and start saving now.
The Legacy Sandwich, where you can find quality homemade sandwiches that are made to order. When it comes to food, we take it seriously. That's why we serve shredded chicken and turkey on our sandwiches. Voted Bangor's best deli sandwich shop. It's not just a sandwich, it's a legacy.
Great restaurants from all over Eastern Maine at half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7.
If you haven't walked through the showroom at Davis Brothers Furniture in a while, we invite you to come take a look. At Davis Brothers, we've always strived to stand out from the rest. For decades now, the goal has been the same. Give people a reason to travel from all over the state and beyond to Davis Brothers Furniture in Guilford. Everything in our showroom is designed with you in mind, from a rustic lodge and barn look to traditional and even contemporary furniture. It's more than just a unique look, it's a lifestyle. Davis Brothers Furniture, deliberately different.
Find your perfect fit during our anniversary sale. Take 20% off your total purchase March 14th through March 16th. WVII, quality in every step, styles for every day.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. This morning, Canada and the European Union retaliate against President Trump's steel and aluminum tariffs by imposing new taxes on many American products. It comes as new polling shows how Americans feel about these new tariffs and the state of the economy overall. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio is in Washington with the details.
This morning, major trading partners hitting back at President Trump's increased tariffs on aluminum and steel imports. Overnight, new Canadian tariffs on American products took effect, impacting everything from steel and aluminum to computers and sporting goods. The European Union also vowing to raise tariffs on American beef, bourbon, and motorcycles next month. President Trump not backing down.
I'm not happy with the European Union, I want to tell you, and we're going to win that.
It comes after Trump imposed sweeping 25% tariffs on aluminum and steel imports on Wednesday. The European Union then retaliating with tariffs on up to $28 billion of U.S. goods.
Canada is not the one driving up the cost of your groceries or of your gasoline. Canada is not the one that is ultimately starting this war. President Trump's tariffs against you are causing that. And there are no winners in a trade war.
The back and forth causing chaos and uncertainty for consumers and many small business owners, including Jeff Quint, who owns a distillery in Iowa.
The bourbon industry is going to be collateral damage in this tariff war. I don't really think there's any way around that.
And he's not alone. A new CNN SSRS poll shows 61% of Americans disapprove of the president's handling of tariffs, and 56% say they do not approve of how he's handled the economy overall. But the president dismissed those concerns.
On tariffs, there's been a lot of on and off, some inconsistency.
It's not called inconsistency, it's called flexibility.
A majority of Americans polled also felt that Elon Musk does not have the experience or judgment to change how the government works, and that the administration's cuts to the federal government will go too far in cutting key programs. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
The Trump administration continues pushing Russia to accept a 30-day ceasefire in Ukraine. President Trump warning Moscow could face financial troubles if it continues the war. Fox News correspondent Christina Coleman has the story.
U.S. intelligence sharing and arms deliveries resume in Ukraine one day after the Trump administration lifted a pause on military aid.
There is a lot of work to do now to save the positions we have now.
It comes as heavy fighting continues in Russia's Kursk region, where Russian troops are reportedly close to driving out Ukrainian forces. Russian President Vladimir Putin visited the area Wednesday to rally troops. This as the White House continues pressuring Moscow to accept a 30-day ceasefire agreement.
We have to see. It's up to Russia now.
During an Oval Office address with Ireland's Prime Minister, President Trump once again suggested the possibility of new sanctions against Russia if it continues the war in Ukraine.
But in a financial sense, yeah, we could do things very bad for Russia. It would be devastating for Russia, but I don't want to do that because I want to see peace.
Russia, however, says it won't make any decisions until it gets, quote, detailed information from diplomatic channels. While Ukraine has consented to the proposal, there's been no word on land concessions. The White House says talks are still ongoing.
Any good deal, both sides are going to be a little bit happy about some things and maybe unhappy about others, but that's how you negotiate a good deal.
Trump's special envoy Steve Witkoff is now heading to Moscow for direct talks with Russia. The White House has not said if the visit will include a face-to-face meeting with Putin. Christina Coleman, Fox News.
Well, in other news this morning, more protesting in New York. Demonstrators calling for the release of former Columbia University graduate student Mahmoud Khalil, who was arrested by ICE over the weekend. The Trump administration says he's being investigated as a national security threat. His attorneys, however, say his detention is politically motivated and an attack on free speech. Fox's Anna Eliopoulos has the latest on his court case in New York.
Release Mahmoud right now!
For his supporters outside court, Columbia graduate student and Palestinian activist Mahmoud Khalil is a symbol of resistance.
We refuse to be silent while there is an ongoing attack against our First Amendment rights.
To the Trump administration, he's a national security threat who should be deported. They accuse the 30-year-old of distributing pro-Hamas propaganda.
Being in this country with a visa or a resident alien card is a privilege, and you got to follow certain rules.
At a brief procedural hearing in New York, a federal judge extended a block on his deportation, allowing Khalil to remain in the U.S. until at least next week. He's being held in Louisiana. His attorneys are pushing for his return to New York. They allege ICE moved him out of state to make it harder for his legal team to speak with him.
We will be fighting in the courts and fighting in the streets to bring Mahmoud home and prevent this level of repression from spreading.
Khalil, who is a legal permanent resident, was arrested over the weekend at his Columbia-owned Manhattan apartment. The arrest reportedly happened in front of his pregnant wife, who is an American citizen. In a statement read outside court, she pleaded for his release.
My husband was kidnapped from our home, and it's shameful that the United States government continues to hold him because he stood for the rights and lives of his people.
But the State Department says U.S. immigration law allows for Khalil to be deported if his presence here has, quote, serious adverse foreign policy consequences for the United States. In New York, Anna Eliopoulos, Fox News.
And coming up on the second half of the newscast, a Belfast man is cruising into retirement after spending more than 50 years working at a local car dealership.
A look back at his rewarding career as Good Morning Maine continues.
Hurry into the Nissan Now sales event to save on an award-winning new Nissan, like the all-new Kicks and Murano. And our best-selling Rogue at the Nissan Now sales event. Nissan over 6 vehicles with starting MSRP under $30,000.
It's markdown mania at the Furniture Gallery, and the deals are madness. Relax in this cozy recliner. Choose tan, gray, or brown for only $298. Grab a sofa chaise for just $598. Upgrade your living room with a sofa and love seat set, now just $798. Scott Living mattresses are now priced king size for a queen price. Plus, save up to 70% on in-stock clearance items. Hurry into the Furniture Gallery, shop our Maine family-owned business, and save money. The Furniture Gallery.
Any job goes more smoothly and successfully with the right people on your team, like the people at Hammond Lumber Company, where you'll find high-quality building materials from industry-leading suppliers and get expert advice and professional services. Hammond offers timely delivery with their own fleet of trucks, with boom and forklift trucks available. For your next project, get the materials and services you need to succeed from Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
Winter is a time to get outside and enjoy all that Maine has to offer. And when it's time to come inside, rest assured everything's toasty because of your Fujitsu heat pump from Valley Home Services. Push a button and you'll be snuggling up on the couch in no time. Valley Home Services offers reliable rebates, significant energy savings, and expert installation. And now save $500 off each indoor unit for all systems installed by April 1st. Embrace the comfort of Fujitsu heat pumps from Valley Home Services. Call or click today.
Hurry into the Nissan Now sales event to save on an award-winning new Nissan, like the all-new Kicks and Murano. And our best-selling Rogue at the Nissan Now sales event. Get 4.49% financing for 60 months on Kicks.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. Today is Thursday, March 13th, 2025, and it's also National Canine Veterans Day. And before we talk about Canine Veterans Day, for all 3 hours yesterday, well, you were out. I said it was Tuesday yesterday. I pulled the real Craig.
You pulled the Craig, yeah.
And nobody told me.
Yeah.
I didn't get an email or anything, so everybody was like, okay, Emma.
At least you were off by a day. I've been off by a few months before.
You have.
You know, I think in June last year, I thought it was April 1st or something like that.
You literally were writing up a midpoint for April Fool's Day, and it was June 1st.
Yeah. I had a bad day that day, so yeah. Hey, I'm back. I had pneumonia last month, and I got this darn norovirus.
Do you need like a men's multivitamin?
I need something, you know, but everybody in my house got it over the weekend. Somebody got it, and it just floors you, and I'm still getting over it. So hopefully you don't get that. Wash your hands, everybody. But I thought I was fine.
Really contagious. I looked up the contagion, and I was like, whoa.
Highly contagious.
Yes.
So yeah, I don't think I'm contagious anymore.
No, the
still be
CDC
home,
says
so.
3 or 4 days.
Yeah. So. Anywho, let's move on here. What was the day?
National
Canine Veterans Day. Okay. Yeah. Police dogs are known for their incredible working abilities, their desire to be cooperative with their handlers, and their tenacity for subduing suspects. These days, you usually see Belgian Malinois and German Shepherd dogs as the most common breeds chosen for that job. The working dogs are trained to bite dangerous suspects and hold them hostage, and in many situations, they are the first one to apprehend the suspect, putting their lives on the line, as we've seen here in Maine recently. They're also extremely valuable for their amazing sense of smell, often tracking suspects or people who have gone missing. So if you see a veteran police dog today, thank them for their service. Just amazing to watch them in action, too, once they go to work.
I know, right on the heels of the funeral for a police dog preacher who died doing his job. He died being one of the first people on the scene to apprehend a suspect. So
what an important tool for law enforcement.
Oh gosh, yeah, and their friends too.
Yeah.
All right, moving on now to some moments in history. On this day in 1677, Massachusetts gained the title to the land that would become Maine for $6,000. In 1781, the planet Uranus was discovered by astronomer William Herschel, who at first thought it was a comet or a star. He named the planet for the father of the god Saturn. And in 1877, a man from Farmington, Maine, named Chester Greenwood, patented his design for earmuffs after inventing them at the age of 15. That's his patent right there on the screen. And in 1925, during a highly publicized Tennessee trial, high school teacher John Scopes was convicted of breaking the law for teaching evolution after the legislature passed a bill that banned Charles Darwin's theories from being taught in public schools.
Meanwhile, in 2013, Jorge Mario Bergoglio,
I guess so.
Okay, Bergoglio. Sounds like a great pizza. Was elected, you know, Bergioni or whatever. Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome back, Craig. He was elected Pope of the Roman Catholic Church. Of course, it had to be a Pope,
Of course it had to be the Pope, and you just said, oh, your name sounds like a pizza.
Taking the name of Francis. I'm sure he loved pizza. And in 2020, Breonna Taylor, a black woman working as an EMT in Louisville, Kentucky, was shot by police during a botched raid. Her death led to massive protests by Black Lives Matter activists and others calling for police reform.
Birthdays today include actor and director William Macy. He's 75 years old today. Really known, I think, for Shameless, mainly. Rapper Common is 53. He's in movies and he makes a lot of music as well.
He's a great actor.
Oh, yeah, he is.
Yeah.
I know both. And actress Dana Delaney is 69 years old today.
Happy birthday to them. Happy birthday to you, too, if it's your birthday.
Yeah, full moon birthday. We're supposed to have a big lunar eclipse. I think it's a lunar eclipse. I'm worried I was calling it a solar eclipse yesterday. I'm sorry if I messed
lunar.
it up.
People will be howling at the moon this week.
Yep, for real.
Oh.
Okay, on that note, hey, let's get a look at the forecast to see if that spring weather is really coming like we're hoping it is
Warming up
this weekend. Here's Chase Ropenack with the forecast.
All right, thank you very much. Our first weather today is brought to you by Irish Collision Center. Irish Collision Center offers expert repairs with a 3D frame, measuring system, aluminum repair equipment. Our recent expansion boosts capacity, faster service. We're dedicated to quality every time. Visit us today. All right, starting off with some cool temperatures out there this morning. Not too bad, though, in the Bangor region. We see lots of warmer temperatures right around those low to mid-20s, even 27 in Rockland, 30 in Portland for tonight, but much colder up north. Millinocket at 17 and Presque Isle at 0 to start off your morning, but it's going to get better throughout the day. Going to have a little bit of sunshine, partly cloudy skies out there. Models are showing us in the mid-30s for today, but we should be reaching right near 40. Same for some coastal regions as well, especially going down into the southwestern portion of the state, but a little bit cooler up north with temperatures right around the low to mid-30s out there for today. Could see Caribou sticking out in the upper 20s. For wind speeds out there from the north, light and variable right now. Most of us right around 5 to 10 miles per hour, and going throughout this afternoon. We could see a little bit of a breeze at times, but not going to bother us too much. We can see 15-mile-per-hour gusts here right around 3 to 4 o'clock. So as you know, with those south winds, we have seen a lot worse. So it is going to be a beautiful day, and winds are going to stay light and variable going into tonight as well. All right, so out there for today, as we see, just a few passing clouds, but otherwise mostly clear to start off your morning. We'll have a few clouds passing throughout today as well. So here's your hour-by-hour forecast. As we can see, going into the afternoon, clouds are going to increase a little bit, becoming partly to mostly cloudy, and we'll see those highs right near 40 degrees.
All right, thank you, Chase. Stanley Chevrolet in Belfast has gone through many changes over the years, but one constant has been Ray Rogers, a dedicated employee who is now saying goodbye to the company after more than 50 years of service.
Our Grace Blanchard shares his story.
Seems like I started yesterday, really. You know, time just floated by.
Ray Rogers has called the Stanley Chevrolet in Belfast his second home for the past 5 decades.
I know where most of the nooks and crannies are in this building.
Now, after 55 years with the dealership, he is pressing on the brakes, slowing down a bit, and giving retirement a shot. His career began on April 1st, 1970, when he was just 18 years old.
I started in as a lube technician, changing oil, changing tires.
As his expertise grew, he moved into bigger leadership roles both in sales and maintenance, and was an integral part in the company's transition from Dutch to Stanley Chevrolet.
Ray was here when I got here. I was a punk kid back then, but yeah, he was here when I started in 1985.
His colleagues say Ray is leaving them with the wealth of knowledge and wisdom he's shared over the years.
Usually first thing, if anybody has a problem, they go to Ray to ask him how to proceed.
I've never seen him get mad once in all the years that I've worked with him, and I've learned from that.
During his time on Belmont Ave, he's seen the area, the building, and even the cars go through significant changes. Through it all, he says it's the relationships he's built that have kept him here all these years.
Everybody's been fantastic. You just can't ask for a better place to work. I'm going to miss that.
While it's a bittersweet goodbye, he is looking forward to the next phase in his life.
And I'm going to go fishing.
In Belfast, Grace Blanchard, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Good for him.
Yeah, he's going to go fishing.
Yeah.
I hope he gets a good first catch. All right, right after the break, Tyler Cruz will have our sports updates.
Don't go away.
When I would visit my mother at the nursing home, there were really bad sores on her back, but nobody would tell me what was going on. Why not?
If an incident has occurred at a nursing home that's brought up cause for concern, call the twos right now.
The attorneys at Lowry & Associates helped me get answers. They held the nursing home accountable for what happened to my mother.
If you suspect nursing home abuse or neglect, we're your go-to lawyers.
Your local financial partner has a new name, the County Federal Credit Union. And we're inspired by the people we serve, the big dreamers and smart planners, the risk takers and trailblazers. As a lifelong partner offering powerful tools and personal service, we were built for our members. Start a financial relationship that's driven by community and inspired by you. Visit countyfcu.org.
Foggy's Pub, your place for fun, food, and friends in Palmyra, Maine.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Playoff hockey is almost here, and the Maine men's hockey team stirred up some excitement with a pep rally on Wednesday afternoon. Our Jack Webb has more.
Wednesday afternoon, the UMaine community came together for a pep rally in the Memorial Union to prepare and energize the Alphon faithful as playoff hockey awaits on Saturday.
Oh, I mean, today was awesome. It's really cool, getting to see the coaches and players, face to face, being able to get that appreciation. It's always appreciated, to get some recognition.
I'm so excited. I love the hockey games and all of the songs. I know all of the words, so I get just so hyped up whenever they come on. It was amazing to see.
Alphon Arena is widely regarded as one of the best college hockey venues in the country, not because of the nationally ranked hockey team that plays in it, but because of the pageantry that turns a cold, small town in Maine into a college hockey fever dream on Friday and Saturday nights.
The Maine winners, they do get cold, dark, and lonely, but there's no such thing in the Alphon, and I really love that. There's always some energy going on, something to really rally behind it.
The team understands the importance of interacting with the community that serves as their second win come game time.
It's like that, you want to call it seventh man type mentality, and having them behind us, it gives us so much energy going into games.
Luckily for the team, the Alphon faithful understand their importance as well.
It's a whole union of the school. Everyone here, for the most part, loves hockey, and they know how excited the team gets when they see all of us in the stands.
I've been doing this for 3 years now, and my favorite parts of being at school and being a part of the athletics is being a part of the music in the athletics. I mean, that Alphon isn't the same without having, the band there.
Alphon Arena will certainly be rocking on Saturday night for the Hockey East quarterfinal at 6 p.m. From Orono, Jack Webb, ABC7, Fox 22 Sports.
Thank you for that, Jack. Let's stay with Maine hockey. The first round of the Hockey East playoffs kicking off on Wednesday night. Maine, the 2 seed, so they have a bye into the quarterfinals on Saturday, and we now know their opponent. After knocking off New Hampshire in overtime in the first round, the UMass Lowell Riverhawks, the 7 seed, will travel up to Alphon Arena for the Hockey East quarterfinal round on Saturday evening. Puck drop is at 6 p.m. The winner heads to TD Garden for the Hockey East semifinals. That one is the following Thursday. To the basketball court now. In the Division III ranks, the Bowdoin women's basketball squad, the #1 team in the country, continuing their journey through the big dance. For the second straight season and for the 17th time in program history, the Polar Bears are heading to the Sweet 16. The Polar Bears actually hosting the Sweet 16 and Elite 8 games this weekend. They play Smith College Friday night at 7:30 at Morrill Gymnasium. Bowdoin advancing after a 13-point win over Cortland last week, and the Bears are now 29-0 and just 2 wins away from a trip to Salem, Virginia for the D3 Final Four.
Yeah, I think it's just focusing on the little things, like what we've been building on since day one of practice, back in October to now, to just be focusing on and keep building.
I think we have all the pieces. I think it's just about putting them together and playing the best basketball we can at the right time. I think it's going to be hard to stop us.
Wishing them luck. Let's stay with playoff basketball. What a night it was on Tuesday for Maine men's hoops. For the first time since 2013, the Black Bears defeating the University of Vermont, and in one of the biggest games for the program in recent years, too. After being swept in the regular season series by the Catamounts, the Black Bears winning the rubber match in dominant fashion, 57-42 in the America East semifinals. With the win, Maine advances to their first America East championship game ever and their first conference championship game since 2004. The Black Bears took down UMass Lowell in the quarterfinals for their first playoff win in 20 seasons. On Tuesday, they beat Vermont for the first time in their last 30 games, and their trick to keep it rolling is to not get too high after each win.
As you're moving through a conference tournament, you have no other choice. You know, if you get caught celebrating too long on one win and when you haven't finished the job, the result of the next game is not going to go the way you want. So right now, I do want these guys to relax a little bit, take a deep breath, enjoy it on the bus ride home a little bit. But they know when we get back to Orono, it's right back to the grind. We got to get back to work.
All right, they play Bryant at 11 a.m. on Saturday. That is all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
At Old Town Redemption Center, we are always ready to help with any fundraisers or bottle drives. We are here to help our community. Like and follow us on Facebook for upcoming weekly holiday giveaways and our monthly $100 drawing.
Dreaming of the ultimate ride? Now's the time. At Lincoln Power Sports, qualified buyers get 0% financing for 60 months on all remaining 2025 Ski-Doo models. But hurry, this offer ends March 31st. Plus, when you buy from Lincoln Power Sports, you get our exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty because we stand by what we sell. Don't wait. Call 794-8100 or stop by today before the snow and the steel are gone.
Tanning season is here, and Gold Star Cleaners is the place to tan, with top-of-the-line beds and booths. The best part? No membership is required, and tanning packages don't expire for 2 whole years. Gold Star Cleaners locations with tanning are open from 7:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day, so you can tan on your time. Shop our extensive line of lotions and enjoy free Winkies for the best eyewear protection in the industry. March special, buy any bottle of lotion and get 1 tan free, a huge added value to our already low lotion prices.
At Old Town Redemption Center, we are always ready to help with any fundraisers or bottle drives. We are here to help our community. Like and follow us on Facebook for upcoming weekly holiday giveaways and our monthly $100 drawing.
Now let's take a look at that 5-day forecast with Chase Ropanak.
All right, thank you very much. Our main weather today is also brought to you by the Irish Collision Center. Irish Collision Center offers expert repairs with a 3D frame, measuring system, aluminum repair equipment, and our recent expansion boosts capacity, faster service, and we're dedicated to quality every time. Visit us today. All right, so we're starting off with some cool temperatures out there this morning, all of us below freezing, but we can see a little bit better by the coast right now. 27 in the Rockland, could drop a few more degrees to start off your morning, but check out up north. Negatives in Clayton Lake and right at 0 for Presque Isle this morning as we meet in the middle, Millinocket and Greenville in those mid to upper teens to start off your morning. Wind speeds out there pretty light and variable. We do see 7 miles per hour here in Bangor, but lots of zeros on the board up north as well. And by Rockland, a little bit of breeze, right around 12 miles per hour from the northeast. But we're going to see those winds switch to the south for today, as we're going to have a little bit of a warming trend these next few days. So as we get into our highs for today, partly cloudy skies, a little bit of sunshine out there, especially early on. We should see our highs reaching near 40 degrees for today. Could see temperatures similar near the coastline, especially going down into the southwestern portion of the state. These models do show us right around the mid-30s, but with a little bit of sunshine, we're going to boost that high near 40, but it will be a little bit cooler up north today, with temperatures sticking right around 30 degrees in Caribou and Clayton Lake. Here is your temperature trend. As you can see, those spring-like temperatures are making their way in, especially for this weekend. 53 on Saturday, 57 on Sunday, and we'll see those 50s again going into Monday. This 3-day stretch is when we're going to start to see some precipitation as well, as a very strong system is going to be moving through. But for us, looks like we're just going to get a lot of heavy rain out of that, especially Sunday night into Monday afternoon. We're going to cool off. The temperature's still above average, but it will be cooler, right around those low to mid 40s going into Tuesday and Wednesday. All right, so here is the look at the forecast for the next few days, and the weather looks perfect. We're not going to see much precipitation. Winds are going to stay light. As we can see, going into tonight, right around 11 o'clock, a few clouds may be out there, but we're going to see some clearing. 3:30 a.m. as well, a few passing clouds from the south, but otherwise, looks like conditions are going to stay great out there for us as we go into your Friday afternoon. Mostly sunny skies as well, so nothing really bothering us going into Saturday, but that's when it's going to become mostly cloudy. We do have a chance for some precipitation, especially Sunday or Saturday night. We have that slight chance, but more Sunday night into Monday is when that heavy rain is going to come in, and it's going to last. It's going to linger into right around Monday afternoon, decreasing as we get into Monday night. All right, so as we see out there for today, highs right around 40 degrees with a partly cloudy sky, winds staying light, right around 5 to 10 miles per hour from the south. For tonight, lows right around 20 degrees with a partly cloudy sky, winds are going to be calm out there. As we go into tomorrow, mostly sunny with that high back in the low 50s, south winds still right around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here is our extended forecast. We can see going into this weekend, warm temperatures in the low to even upper 50s with chances for rain coming right around St. Patrick's Day, and that high right around the low 50s as well.
Commercial vehicles can be dangerous, and they usually carry big insurance policies. So whether you're hurt by a landscaping truck like this, a work van like this, or a big rig like this, we know commercial vehicle accidents, and we know how to get you the big money you may deserve. If any commercial vehicle hurts you, call the twos. We win for you.
Hurt by a commercial vehicle? Call the twos. We win for you. Call 222-2222.
Your favorite restaurants for half off. It's half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7. Go to foxbangor.com, click on half off dining, and start saving now.
The Legacy Sandwich, where you can find quality homemade sandwiches that are made to order. When it comes to food, we take it seriously. That's why we serve shredded chicken and turkey on our sandwiches. Voted Bangor's best deli sandwich shop. It's not just a sandwich, it's a legacy.
Great restaurants from all over Eastern Maine at half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7.
The Maine Science Festival has been showcasing the incredible science happening in Maine for 10 years. From the depths of the oceans to the vastness of space, the Maine Science Festival is the best place for people of all ages to learn about how Maine scientists are leading the way. With 5 days of forums, workshops, and hands-on fun, there's truly something for everyone. And thanks to our sponsors, admission is free. The Maine Science Festival. Learn more at mainsciencefestival.org.
Always dry scoop before you run. Listen to me. A hot dog diet got me shredded.
It's time we listen to science. One-A-Day is formulated with key nutrients to support whole body health. One-A-Day, science that matters.
A great white has taken out our electrical systems. We've got critically ill patients. They need to be ready for evac to a hospital.
It's a 2-hour boat ride. I should be the one out there.
Well, a new survey reveals just how many Americans use artificial intelligence chatbots. The survey conducted by Elon University found that around 52% of the U.S. adults say they have used some form of an AI large language model, whether that be ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, or Copilot. Out of the 500 respondents, the survey found 34% say they use the models at least once a day. The most popular one was ChatGPT, with 72% of respondents saying they have used it. Despite their frequent use of chatbots, 63% say they fear the AI models could replace critical human-to-human communication.
That's definitely a concern.
Yeah.
And did you know it uses a lot of water to use these chatbots?
I did.
Yeah, resources.
Have a great day.
Today, there are so many Medicare options, and they can be confusing. This is why Senior Planning Center has locations and agents all over Maine to help you secure the benefits you deserve. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? See why thousands of Mainers turn to Senior Planning Center for their Medicare needs.
Don't call an out-of-state 800 number when your help is right here at home with the Senior Planning Center. For a free Medicare review, call 207-223-6565 and speak with a licensed agent today. No obligation to enroll.
I feel like you really get me.
Well, you know, I do my best.
Our first commercial was a hit. What's our next move? Talk like that all the time?
Yeah,
And we could sell baked goods.
How about a jingle? Get ready for winter at Frost Garage.
Let's have a circus. Huh?
Let's just tell people the truth. We'll get your snow tires mounted.
And we'll get you some winter wipers.
We'll make sure your battery's ready to go. Exactly.
We don't need a gimmick.
Get your vehicle ready for winter at Frost Garage in Hamden.
It's markdown mania at the Furniture Gallery, and the deals are madness. Relax in this cozy recliner. Choose tan, gray, or brown for only $298. Grab a sofa chaise for just $598. Upgrade your living room with a sofa and love seat set, now just $798. Scott Living mattresses are now priced king size for a queen price. Plus, save up to 70% on in-stock clearance items. Hurry into the Furniture Gallery, shop our main family-owned business, and save money. The Furniture Gallery.
I joined the Maine Army National Guard because I wanted to help the people of my community. But I never knew how far that would take me. I'm here from my hometown and I'm furthering my education. My part-time service is helping me do both. Join the team that can help you take charge of your future, just like I did with the Maine Army National Guard. Go to nationalguard.com/ME to learn more.
You're watching ABC7 Bangor.
Good morning, America. On alert, a major cross-country storm on the move, a government shutdown, showdown, and a precious 3-year-old hero. Tracking the massive cross-country storm, all corners of America bracing. This morning, the flood threat in Southern California, forcing evacuations in areas devastated by the wildfires. Plus, the extreme fire danger in place for...
I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for joining us this morning. We'll have those stories and more coming up, including a great story from Belfast where a guy is retiring from a local car dealership. A lot of people know him down there. He's been there for more than 50 years. Oh, that's not in this show. I'm just kidding. No, it's not in this show. Well, maybe we'll have it the next hour. We had it the last hour. What am I talking about? One thing we can talk about is the weather. I hate it when I make mistakes like that.
That's okay.
Yeah.
You're back. First day after
I'm back.
the evil disease.
Oh boy, man.
Norovirus.
Norovirus is not
Norovirus,
fun.
no.
Everybody at my house got it, and everybody.
I didn't mean to out you.